seen it.
Welcome to Talk Law Radio with attorney Todd Marquardt of the Marquardt Law Firm at marquardtlawfirm.com.
Welcome back to Talk Law Radio. I'm Todd Marquardt on the radio, on podcasts, on Facebook Live right now, and on talklawradio.com. Also, check out my YouTube channel. Just go to YouTube, search for Talk Law Radio, and look for the Lady Justice and the red, white, and blue logo. We have another caller. Bert, you're live on the air.
Hey, how are you today?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Recovering from eye surgery. Excuse me, I have the hiccups.
Well, tell me your thoughts. What's your question?
The question is, about a year ago, I had a fall, and I bit the countertop. And when I woke up, they said he was just an old drunk having a fall, and they refused to have me transported.
So that was the ambulance, you mean?
Yes, that is correct.
Well, that's awful. I'm sorry that happened.
Yeah, so am I. But then when I took the own cab ride to the VA to Audiel Murphy, and I passed out on the floor. So do I have a legal case on that?
Well, a lot of times the government has immunity, and they will only allow themselves to be sued under certain circumstances. If you will email me at the law firm, I can have one of our staff look into it. Just email me at todd@marquardtlawfirm.com or call the office at 210-530-4278.
I can do that, but I just wanted to know, excuse me again, I got the hiccups, like I said. You know.
Still there?
Yes, I'm still here. Okay. I was just wondering if I have a legal basis on suing the city of San Antonio, and I'm not asking for total.
Yeah, it's very difficult, but we'll ask you a bunch of questions and see if it's a good case. Thank you for the call, though. I'll talk to you later.
All right. I love listening to you.
Bye, Bert.
Bye now.
Okay. I want to talk about what is a Medicaid Asset Protection Trust, because you too can qualify for government benefits if you plan well enough in advance. And you're probably thinking, is that fair? Is that legal? And my answer is, when you pay income taxes, do you simply just multiply the rate to the tax rate to your total income? Or do you hire a tax preparer or CPA to advise you about what deductions you can claim? This is like tax planning for the middle class. It's just using the tax dollars you've already paid to allow the government to help you pay the high cost of long-term care or memory care. See, Bill Gates and Warren Buffett, the billionaires, won't pay any federal estate tax, even though there is an estate tax. Do you think they should pay 40% of what they have? Well, they're not going to pay, because ever since they earned their first $1 million, they've had attorneys and accountants on staff helping them to navigate the rules. See, taxes are largely voluntary. It's for people that don't plan. And the same thing is true of government benefits. Back in the olden days, people got in trouble for giving away their assets, for putting their assets in trusts. Well, that's no longer the case. You don't get in trouble as long as you disclose everything that you're doing. So everything that we do is above board, ethical and legal, And if you're an attorney that thinks that this isn't ethically right to get qualified for government benefits when you're not already broke and poor, well, just think about what an attorney's job is. It's to advocate for a client to get what he's entitled to. And so there are general rules. I went over the general rules before, and there are exceptions to the rules. And then there's exceptions to the exceptions. So the rules now, if you want to move assets into a trust, the rule says that if a transfer is made within the last 60 months, there's a penalty. So if somebody were to establish a trust and fund that trust and stay and remain healthy and independent for 60 months, 5 years, then the question on the Medicaid application, have you transferred assets to a trust within the last 60 months, wouldn't apply to you. But I'm a juris doctor, not a medical doctor, so I don't know, I can't predict, I'm not a fortune teller, whether somebody's going to be healthy and independent for the next 5 years or not. A lot of people that I talk to, they say, Todd, why didn't I do this 5 years ago? And I said, well, because you didn't want to give up your money then. Well, now there's some ways that you can remain in control and start the process of getting qualified. But I think it's a bad idea just to give away your money to one or two people or all of your family because number one, they could just go spend it. If it's in a trust, there's rules that a trust has, and they could get in a car accident. They could get sued for bumping into Tony Parker on 281. They could, unforeseen events can happen where they fall ill or they become disabled themselves. Maybe they're not able to even help you anymore. Maybe they get into conflict with their siblings, sibling rivalry, family dynamics are a real thing. So setting up a trust can possibly prevent these problems from happening. It could be good for real estate. It could be good for mineral rights. It could be good for money that you have saved up. The type of trust that I design allows you to continue paying income taxes like you always have. Certain accountants and CPAs will say that a trust has compressed tax brackets or high tax rates. Well, that's certain trusts do, and some trusts do not. And so I design a trust that's tax neutral. So I just wanted to let you know that it's possible to save money and get qualified for nursing home Medicaid. If you know somebody who is in the nursing home right now and they're paying $8,000 a month, it's worth a second opinion to see if they could get qualified for nursing home Medicaid. Attorneys at Marquardt Law Firm focus on business, estate, elder law, guardianship, probate, and trust administration. You can have a consultation with an attorney by calling 210-530-4278, 210-530-4278. And you can chat online at marquardtlawfirm.com. That's M as in mother, A-R-Q-U-A-R, D as in David, T as in Timothy, lawfirm.com. Okay, there's some other things I wanted to talk about. For the legacy segment, this is the fourth segment. I like to talk about legacy.
And now, it's time for the Talk Law Radio Legacy Spotlight. What's your legacy? Sponsored by Marquardt Law Firm.
Well, I wanted to give you a heads up that next Saturday I'm talking to Jane Zirkle, Marketing and Events Manager at the Community Foundation of the Texas Hill Country. They've been doing things to help the residents and businesses out in the Texas Hill Country, the Kerr County area that have been severely affected by the flood that happened on July 4th. But I'd also like for you to give me some advice about who should be honored and applauded for volunteering in the Hill Country to recover and recoup and rebuild for the people that live there. Email me at host@talklawradio, HOST@talklawradio, or comment on Facebook in the live feed right now. You can also message me through Facebook. You can also go to YouTube. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Just go to YouTube and search for Talk Law Radio. Look for the Lady Justice and the red, white, and blue logo, and then hit subscribe. See, I take this 1-hour radio show and divide it into 4 segments. And then that way, when you're washing the dishes, you can just catch a segment here and there. When you're walking the dog, you can catch another segment. And when you're letting the dogs out to do their business, you can catch another segment. So go to YouTube and subscribe to that YouTube channel. I want to say something else about elder law. When I was studying elder law, I ran across some old English laws, and if you know the history of how the United States law started, well, it started with English law. English law wasn't always written down. At one time, it was just all court cases. Judges made the law. Well, this one guy, William Blackstone, decided to write it all down. And he said that there was a moral responsibility, even higher than the legal, for children to help their needy parents. The duties of children to their parents arise from a principle of natural justice and retribution. For those who gave us existence, we naturally owe subjection and obedience during our minority, excuse me, and honor and reverence ever after. Well, I'm about to start coughing, so I can't finish reading about William Blackstone. Sorry for my cough condition this morning, but I'll have to see you next time. I'll talk to you later. Bye.
This has been Talk Law Radio with attorney Todd Marquardt, brought to you by the Marquardt Law Firm. You can learn more at marquardtlawfirm.com. And be sure to listen to the full Talk Law Radio show Saturday mornings at 11 on 9:30 a.m. The Answer.
Each week, attorney Todd Marquardt talks about the law. His mission with the Talk Law Radio show and podcast is to help you discover your legal issue blind spots. In the beginning, God had one law. Don't eat from the fruit of that tree. Then came the 10 Commandments. Now we have federal, state, and municipal lawmakers that won't stop creating new laws. Laws that might impact you without you knowing it. Listen to the show and drop a line on Facebook or email host@talklawradio.com and let the host know what you think of the show, the topics you want to hear, and whether you want to be a guest.